Hi and welcome back to a new video. I'm doing a super quick art journal page in my handmade junk art journal today. And you see this journal is made from many different kinds of papers. I have used mainly scraps that I had left over or a page from old books. And what I'm doing now is I just add in some acrylic paints with my fingers. And I'm using a color palette that I have saved to my Pinterest board a while ago. I always do this when I really like color combinations. I save them on Pinterest and then I can use them as a reference when I want to create an art journal page. I haven't added any gesture to the page. It should be just a really quick spread, and this is perfect when you don't have much time, but you want to be creative and want to make something. Then this is a really good way to do it. I believe working on this page didn't take me more than 10 minutes. Of course, I don't count in the drying time. The acrylic paints that I'm using are mainly those from Amsterdam. If you're wondering how I've bound that book, it's really simple. It has just one signature, and I believe I used 15 sheets of paper and folded them in half, and I stitched them just with 2 stitches into a handmade fabric cover. When my paint is completely dry, I go in with a background stamp, the Grungy Swirls from Rubber Dance, and I just stamp the image randomly to my background using Versamark ink. And here you see me adding white embossing powder. I've used that embossing powder because I want to get a really high contrast, and embossing powder is 100% opaque. That white embossing powder from Ranger I'm using here. If you don't have embossing powder, you can also use a white paint or gesso and use a stencil and stencil a pattern onto your background. I add in some more texture by stamping one of the Rubber Dance doodle borders with the StazOn ink to the page. StazOn works best when it comes to an acrylic background because it's a plastic kind of surface and StazOn dries the fastest. The main image I will use today I just grabbed from my stash. I often have colored in images laying around that I colored in and then decided they don't match my project. And this time I have our Butterfly Girl #1. And I colored it in with the Arteza Everblend markers, and it's just to try them out, and I had that laying here and it matches my page, so I will add this as my focal point. Before I do this, I'm adding some color splatters, and I have the same colors I've used on the background also as an liquid ink, so I can use those and splatter them over the page. If you don't have the matching ink, you just can thin down your acrylic paint with a little bit of water and use that. Here I glued down the Butterfly Girl, and I am adding a sentiment that was created with words from the Mix Sentiment stamp set. And yeah, that's my page for today. It's a super quick one and I think it turned out really pretty. I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope we see us next time. Bye!